Hello, practitioners. I hope you are doing well. And welcome to Princess Aisha's Learning Corner. Today, we're going to learn about sensory and self-regulation. Going to look at what activities practitioners can do with children in order to help to regulate, to manage their feelings and emotions using sensory objects. It is very important for practitioners to assist children in managing their behavior, which is very important as they grow. So within the EYFS or Development Matters, page 11, they've outlined certain things in relation to self-regulation and executive function. And I'm also going to give an idea on how to link emotions or emotional icons or activities to tie in with this self-regulation and executive function. But before I do that, I'll briefly like to explain what self-regulation is. So self-regulation is basically the ability for children to understand and manage their own behaviors and their actions to events, their actions and reactions to events around them. So the ability for children to self-regulate their emotions pertaining to actions and reactions based on what somebody has done to them, around them, and anything happening around them. And sensory is basically children's ability to use all their senses, their 5 senses. Stimulating is the stimulation of all the 5 senses through activities and engagements with other practitioners or their own peers. So now that we've outlined or we've explained what self-regulation and sensory is, we would like to see what the EYFS has to say in terms of the self-regulation and executive function, which can be found in page 11 of the Development Matters. This is executive function includes the child's ability to hold information in mind, to focus their attention, their ability to think flexibly, so they are not static. They are, they are malleable. They are able to, interchangeably change their ideas. They are not fixed on one particular area or one thing. They are able to maneuver or change their thinking. Inhibits impulsive behavior. These abilities contribute to the child's growing ability to self-regulate. So concentrate their thinking, to plan what to do next, monitor what they are doing, and adapt to changes as they come along. The ability of the child to regulate their strong feelings such as anger. Be patient for what they want. So in terms of within engagement with their peers, are they patient for what they want? Perhaps if they want to play with a particular toy that another child is playing with, are they patient enough to wait and take turns without fighting? So that's the ability to regulate, manage their behavior. So bounce back when things get difficult. So for instance, if the child is very engrossed in a particular activity, that for instance, let's say building, the child is constructing a tower, or even building a train track, and along the way they get stuck, are they able to bounce back and not give up, in the activity, simply because maybe the tracks are not fitting the way they want it to? So are they able to be patient enough to keep trying until they get it? Or would they simply just give in? They should have the ability to bounce back and not give up, and still persist in whatever they are doing until they get it. So for all these outline points that is being given in page 11 of the development matters, language is very pertinent in order to assist children, in order to develop this area, this aspect of the self-regulation and the executive function. So it is very crucial that practitioners ensure that they assist in the communication and language development of children within their care. As children play, through pretend play, engage with their peers, or take up initiative activities, child-led roles, again they would use their vocabulary, their speech, their language in order to do these things. So if the child is limited in their language, this becomes very challenging. So it is very important for practitioners to identify the areas that children are lacking in and assist them to get the right support that they require. So how do we support children in terms of helping them to manage their behavior and emotions? So one way practitioners can do that is through emotional emoji or emotional cards such as these. So these are very cheap, or these are very you can easily do this out of cardboard. If you are limited in resources, you can easily make your own emoji cards, which can help the children. So during circle time activities, you can use this to teach the children about their emotions, and then briefly discuss how they are feeling. Maybe sing songs and rhymes about our emotions, and then again you can use these for them to be able to try and represent whatever emotion they see through mark making. It may not be exactly like this, but even if it's a mark or a stroke on the paper, that's the child's representation of how they are feeling. So, and again, you can put these around the sensory and self-regulation corner, where maybe a child will be able to pick up an emoji to express, if they are not vocal, how they feel, and based on that can be the communication starter. Some of them are not really bright, so this one, for instance, is the angry face. It's the angry. See that? It's a very angry emoji. So if the child is angry, you would want to find out what led to the child being upset and very angry, and then through that, for instance, if the child is playing with a particular child and they are both fighting over a toy, that has resulted in the anger of one child. And this is where the practitioner comes in, and then you have to explain to the child, or the child who is in the wrong, that we have to take turns. We like to have to share. We share with our friends. We take turns. We have a goal. Allow our friends to have a goal, and then in a very calm manner, and obviously have to get to the level of the child. So if the child is standing up, an adult is taller than the child, so you have to kneel down and get to their level and look at them in the face and then speak in a calm tone, and then sometimes you can role model, perhaps you can demonstrate it by giving that toy to that child who was playing with it, and then you say, see, your child A was playing with the toy first, to allow child A to finish playing with it, then it will be your turn to have a go, something like that. You show children, because at this age, because children are very young, especially from 2 going upwards, they will always want to, it's me, mine, So we have to teach them how to share with their friends, their peers, and how to take turns, like that. So this is the angry face, expressing anger. A very nice feeling. This is excited. So for instance, you've set up an activity, the child is very, very excited about it. So, I wonder who is excited today. Should they get the excited face, excited emoji, or excited face? So this shows the child will see that this is a very excited face. Obviously, the facial expression is showing that, isn't it, compared to this one, which is more of a very angry, less smiley. This is more smiley compared to this. So showing them the difference between excitement and being angry. And then this is the silly face. Sometimes, although the eyebrow looks a bit angry, this is the silly face. I'm wondering, can you have an angry eyebrow and still be silly? So, this is where children can be a bit silly, making silly faces, and here are you. So, it's being silly today. Are you being silly today? Should you get a silly face? Or something like that. So that's another one you can make. It's not that expensive, just a cardboard and a marker and some few colors of your choice. That is it. So this is the surprise face. Child is surprised. Yes, that's the surprise expression. So for instance, maybe you are making an activity, color changing activity, whereby you put, maybe you mix, let's say, so you're able to mix various colors together, whereby they change, and form a different color or what have you. The children are surprised at that change, from one state to the other. So this is a surprise. So, who has that? I wonder who is surprised today. We are all surprised today. I wasn't expecting that. That's very surprising. That's a very it's a very surprising expression. We've got a smiley face here. This is the happy face, happy smiling face. So this is the happy expression. Children are very happy when, I mean, they get to do what they want. If there's an activity, also a provocative activity that will arouse their interest and they're really engaged and involved in, they are more likely to be very happy with the activity, and you'll see that the activity will be able to gain their attention for a longer period of time. Aside that, they will also be able to play and explore in that activity, thereby grasping their eye and hand coordination as they engage in that activity. They become very, very content and very, very happy, even to the extent of discussing it. Sometimes they remember whatever activity they've done and then they'll discuss. That's the confused phase. Confused. Yes. So these are simply another way we can talk to children about their emotions. So how are you feeling today? And maybe the reason why they are feeling that way, especially if you don't know why they are feeling that way, we can ask in a nice way. I wonder what's making you feel like that. I wonder what's making you feel like that. So, and that's the conversation starter. They'll be able to tell you why. Some children are not vocal, they might not. So again, it's very good that we have to look at their body language or whatever in order to deduce what they are trying to convey. Then in terms of children who are autistic, of course, they are not vocal. They cannot express themselves. It is very pertinent that practitioners observe that particular child, their body language, and more often than not, they are more likely to cry. That's the only language they really understand. Cry out, to express, especially if they are very frustrated at something. They might, scream and constantly cry. So again, it is very important that practitioners are familiar with these signs. So we move on to the sensory. You can do a sensory wall or board. This is just a sequin cloth that is under 6 pounds. You can buy that, and then just simply stick it on a cardboard, PVA glue on the cardboard, and then stick it, allow it to dry, and that's it. And then we use natural materials such as her skin, and then this is more like a straw-like texture where children will be able to explore various textures around their environment, have a feel of it. This one is more like rough, so again, children learn to develop their fine motor skills as well as their eye and hand coordination, and then their physical development as well. Of course, their communication as they discuss whatever, how the textures are like, and also understanding of the world, what grows around them. So this is more like from a tree. This is all natural. They are all natural. And obviously most materials are obtained from trees, isn't it? So like natural fibers and stuff like that. And then this is just like a glittery. Again, they'll be able to feel. It sounds very crispy. It's just a parcel wrapper. That's you have I stuck on the cardboard, and then I just cut it in a square shape. And as again, you can stick various textures and materials here. an important opportunity for children to express various, textures, or feel various textures. This one is a bit glittery as well as rough. You can feel how it is. And then we have another natural in the form of a dried leaf. So again, children can do an activity and then maybe you stick it on or something like that. So this is just a simple and budget friendly way of making a sensory board or a sensory wall if you want to go wild. And this is also a different parcel wrapper, but this is more of a what's the word, rose gold color. It's more of a rose gold color. And then I did one, so this is more of a rectangular shape, this is more of a triangular shape, and then the silver one is more of like a circle. Again, in terms of activities, you can use this to represent the moon. If you're learning about let's say a planetary system, and you can do an earth one and stuff like that, so our earth and stuff like that. So yeah, these are all simple, practical, and cost-effective way of making resources within a setting. This is also very small in such a way that children can have a feel like this. It's very, can fit, they can, touch and then feel how it feels like. A bit smooth, for silky like, and more, has a what's it called, a rubbery or papery feel to it. And then I have like some of the what's it called, the sequin cloth. Like this one, they can use circle time, they can use, and they will have a feel, or the children can have a feel of the texture of the cloth. Yes, and this will also be good for autistic children, since they like lot of sensory things or sensory materials and bright colors as well. So this is just a simple way of explaining or helping children to manage their behavior and emotions, and also getting them into experimenting with sensory materials. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell icon for notification. Press on the all, so that anytime I upload a video, you'll be the first to get hold of it, and you will not miss out. And also don't forget to share the video and comments if you would like me to make a particular video. Yeah, so until then, it's a goodbye from Princess Aisha's Learning Corner. Bye.